Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a sketchbook flip through. So let's get into the video. I have painted on the front cover of the sketchbook and there's a video on that on YouTube if you want to see that. So yeah. This illustration was based off a canvas painting I'd made for Mother's Day, and I had expanded on that painting in this sketchbook page. This illustration on the left is hideous, so we're going to ignore that, and we're going to focus on this one, which was inspired by one of Mira Byler's sketchbook videos. This illustration is based off a book I read about a year ago, and I loved it, and I kind of based it off the art they were describing, and I used this metallic pen to outline it, and I used this similar idea a couple of times with this sketchbook. This idea was based off a Pinterest idea. The only regret I have is that the moon doesn't have the best contrast with the outside. I do this a couple of times in this sketchbook with these like animal paintings. I love how this one turned out, and I have nothing else to say on it. The other painting on this spread, I had found an idea on Pinterest and I put it into a circle, and I quite like it. It works. The illustration on the left is someone's pet, so I'm not really supposed to be showing this on YouTube. This illustration is based off the front cover of the book, The Best Little Girl in the World. I just changed the colours, made it look a lot sadder than it does in the front cover and a lot worse, but oops. The one on the left, that is another book cover. It's the second star to the right. I'm taking the book cover and kind of did that. And the illustration on the right, on the right is Radio Gaga, you know, the clocks and stuff. I did that, but girl version, because it's me. This one, I don't know what I had been watching, but I'd been watching something and I came up with this idea, I liked it, so I did it. And on the right, obviously Alice in Wonderland, the Cheshire Cat. It's very illustrative. I loved making this, by the way. Yeah. I don't know. I really like that page. This one's upside down. I do this multiple times in the sketchbook, because I'm the worst. But this is Battle Arena. I got the idea of Pinterest. I don't know, I just did it. This is one of two illustrations that were based off Spread Your Wings, Queen song, obviously. The Emerald Bar, this kind of demon looking person with wings. Spread Your Wings, yeah. Okay, we'll move on. Winnie the Pooh. I also loved making this illustration. I think the metallic pen didn't quite work with this one, but enjoyed making it. So Rachel Makesy, one of the best costumers out there. Not the best. Well, I love a lot of them. There's a lot of my favourite ones, but Rachel Makesy, one of the best. This is a random illustration, not the best. Kind of, nah. This is 16th century book inspired. There's a video on that. If you want to see it. This, I did not know what inspired me. I don't know if I had reference photos. If I do, they're on Pinterest. You can see them down below. Yeah. To say that, this was again based off the original heart illustration I made. I made this brain illustration. Again, watercolor, bright colours with metallic outlining. Fun idea. This is an Easter illustration I had made. Nothing to say about it. This was based off one of my own reference photos. So happy with myself about that. This is my book nymph that I had made an actual canvas painting, and you can see that on Instagram if you want to see it. But it's everything I love, sort of, in one place, sort of. I like it though. Mushroom clouds. Why? Don't know. I love it though. I just like having mushroom clouds for some reason. Here I get confused which way it's next, because this illustration is upside down. But anyway, so this illustration is also upside down, but this is like around a mountain, and it's kind of like bushes, trees, you know, classic things I paint. This is second illustration of the Emerald Bar, and this is a joke because the Emerald Bar, Spread Your Wings is obviously a song, the Emerald Bar, and also royalty because it's by Queen and the Champions, and I think it was like brewing back again for obviously The Hobbit and that, and then there is like other book inspired names, but they're really hard to see. Don't like this illustration at all. It's hideous. I don't know where I got the idea from it. This is also kind of simple and not really much to explain about it. There's an umbrella, there's some leaves. Nah. Don't know what else to say. Again, don't know what to say. It's a key with wings. How interesting. I got this idea off Pinterest. It was like this nymph thing, looking into water, and I did it. Not the best, but it's okay. Again, another boring illustration of mountains, and there's a path, and there's kind of supposed to be a river. This, I had, again, my own reference photo, did in a video of like getting ideas to fill your sketchbook. You can see that on YouTube, and yeah, it's not the best illustration I've ever made, but I quite like it. Clouds, it's me again, clouds. Don't like this illustration at all because there's no contrast between any of the elements. You can't actually tell what's going on. You can't really see. It's mountains and water, obviously. I like this one. I actually like this one. I like how it turned out. I like the feeling of it. I don't know. It's one of my favourite in this entire sketchbook. Love it. Again, this one's okay. There's a little bit of losing contrast between the trees and the mountain, but apart from that, it's a pretty good illustration. This one's kind of mediocre. It's not the best idea, not the best execution, but it's okay. My artsy piggy, the artistic piggy, I don't know. Where do I get my ideas from? I have no idea. This is a dove with coloured wings and stuff. Another cloud with mushroom growing on it. But this time it's more detailed clothes and you can see like the path and everything in it. Like a teapot pouring into a river or like some body of water with sand and mountains. How classic can you become? Like predictable, not classic, predictable. This is a cherry blossom with some grass behind it and some mountains. Again, predictable. I wish I would do something more interesting, but these are the ideas that come to me. This is rather boring. It's not the best thing ever. There's supposed to be water underneath the mountains, but it doesn't look like that. This is a cage with water and a tree. Don't know what else to say about it. It is rather a strange idea, but oh well. I don't know what to say. This is my secret garden illustration. I did a video on that, so we're gonna skip that. This is not the best. There's not the best contrast. You can't really see on camera, but I like the metallic stars and the trees. Okay. I also took that reference photo. This was inspired because my friend alerted me about the pink moon. I was like, ooh, cool, I want to see. So I saw, and I didn't really actually get to see it properly in real life, but I looked up some photos and did this painting. So yeah, I kind of saw it. There's more mountains and water. Again, water, sea, not the best execution. You can kind of tell it's quite flat. This was inspired by Bob Ross. Multiple paintings by Bob Ross. I could have merged them all together and some things I could see out my window. But I really like this painting again. There's some of these paintings are really good. Oh, in my eyes. This is a wonky looking angel heart. Apart from it being wonky and not the best evenest thing, I quite like it. This was a portrait I did because one of my Instagram art friends does a lot of portraits and stuff, and she was talking about them to me, so I decided to try one in my own style. This is obviously an elf. Yeah, I like it. I think it's kind of cute and sort of different. This is the beginning of Mermaid, all the mermaids and stuff. I did a video on that if you want to see that. This is another mermaid one. This starting to go into more siren with like the sharp pointy teeth and not so nice personalities. This is just a mermaid outline kind of thing, silhouette, and it's very streaky, but apart from that, quite like it again. This is my wonky mermaid bottle. Again, like the idea. Not the best way of drawing it though, because it's a bit wonky. I made a sketch of this and I loved how the sketch came out, but I didn't like how the final illustration this was. Rainbow in the Dark. It's just a song by Dio, and I had made a reel on it on Instagram. And this is my final illustration. It's sort of random. It was trying to sum up everything that I did in the sketchbook, which I don't think I did that well. It's not the best illustration I've ever made, but I did a lot of landscapes in this illustration, and I had a lot of fantasy kind of things, so I guess it works, sort of. This sketchbook took 2 months to film, and if you like this video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next week. Goodbye!